assessments every time there's a weather shift. We place seismic devices on the building.
While first responders have heard sounds of banging, so far they haven't heard any more voices. But no one is giving up hope yet. Currently, right now, at this hour, that team is in there trying to find survivors.
We hope, with God's help, and we're praying that those sounds that we hear through sonar and the equipment that we have, that those are survivors that are in there in some pocket under all that rubble that is there, and that's what we could hope for.
This is my subscription anniversary, even though that's only about 1.5
Okay,
weeks.
I'm not going to do a top of the hour segue. There was an opportunity for me to make one earlier, and I thought it's like too messed up to do right now. So I'm just going to do a regular top of the hour, every hour segue right now. Okay? We are 1 hour in to our broadcast. It was the first of the day. You know, I felt some type of way about that. I thought about it on my own, and I was like, it's probably not something I should do here. So, there's a 6-second ad break coming right now. We're going to continue on with some other stuff, obviously. If you'd like to no longer see the ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can subscribe for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. Or you can use an ad block or a VPN. Here's the ad break now.
The state calls its violence-based, but that of the individual cringe.
Dig out your Prime subs and rescue yourself from the ads? Okay, stop. Isn't it hella sus that the minute they address this problem, multiple things collapse? What do you mean? It's the sad part about this is that a lot of first responders will also develop respiratory issues because of particulate dust in the air, just like after 9/11. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The going into these sorts of wreckage is horrible for the first responders that go there. Terrible. What the Monopoly Man won't tell you? No, I don't want to watch that.
Happy Pride Month.
Here's Joe Biden on the collapse.
I just want to say I've spoken to Governor DeSantis, and we've provided all the help that they need. We sent the best people from...
Kind of weird that DeSantis isn't even trying to act like he cares, by the way, and he's just like focusing on immigrants at the border or some shit.
FEMA down there. We're going to stay with them with the disaster declaration we made, provide for everything from housing to, God forbid, whether there's a need for a moratoria for the bodies to be placed. Everything in between.
He's too busy like banning Marxism from schools or something. Like he's like, I need to use all of my attention on what really matters, which is Marxist-Leninism being taught in our schools.
It has almost been a year. Thanks for giving me a place
but
where
I just want to say, and I'm sure I speak for all the members of the Congress here today and all the survivors here, that it's a tough time. There's so many people waiting. Are they alive? Will it happen? And so our heart goes out to them, and
that was really horrible to watch. I can't believe something like this was allowed
I
to
created
happen.
a Ghislaine 2020 playlist. Interesting. Notorious Ghislaine Maxwell 2020 Part 1. Is this new? Is this a relatively new? Oh, wow, it is new. They did a 2020 on Ghislaine Maxwell? Okay, we'll watch this. What is this? Outrage over critical race theory started with a lie from Noah Sampson, who is Noel Miller's editor.
Hello, my...
This dude is Noel Miller's editor? That makes a lot of sense. Wait, I wonder if this dude is a fan of mine. Let's see. Yup, called it.
Hassle, hassle, hassle.
Alright, I'll follow him. I'm gonna steal him from Noel. I'm gonna be like, listen, I'll treat you better, baby. Come on. Yeah, he has the same hair as me too. Does DeSantis actually have a shot at winning 2024? He doesn't just strike me as having enough charisma to entertain the hogs. No, he can.
Hassle.
But I think that I think that Matt Gaetz is like way more dangerous than DeSantis. Matt Gaetz is like a legitimate threat. I've been saying that. But I don't want to watch this right now. UK Health Secretary resigned after being caught cheating on his wife. Oh yeah, we were going to talk about. Okay, let's do this. We'll do. But he's actually a pedophile. You think that stops Republicans from voting for someone, dude? Are you silly? Were you not around? Were you not around when a couple years back in Alabama, voters straight up were just like, we don't care that Roy Moore is not allowed to go to his own mall in his own neighborhood that he grew up in because he's tried to have sex with the minors there, but he's still good enough. He's still good enough to be the goddamn senator. Anything better than a Democrat.
$1.9 trillion relief so far, but pay your fair share. He hasn't. Not at all. I wrote the bill on the environment, but don't let up now. Pay them more. It grows the economy. I got them.
Yeah, not enough yoga pant, not enough ear licking. I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 10. Not good. I am used to a certain level of ASMR. Like, there's a certain level of ASMR quality that I expect now, and this just does not meet my expectations. I'm sorry. He doesn't even have a horse mask.
Boy.
I would like to see him fart into the microphone. That would be great. I want him to lick the mic the way he licks that ice cream cone. Ooh, yeah, me too. Oh, yeah, me too. Me too. Hell yeah. Okay, this is actually really good. The Ghislaine Maxwell one. I'm actually excited to watch that. Oh, I was going to talk about Hancock. Is there a good video on that? If there's a good, like, Matt Hancock video, I briefly want to do a quick oi bruv. Okay. Oh, as of now, actually, breaking news, Matt Hancock resigned as the health secretary. Let's take a look at what happened here.
Matt Hancock, in the last few minutes, has resigned as Health and Social Care Secretary. He's written to the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson.
He was having a bit of a wank in it. Oi, bruv. He was doing a meat shanking. I'll shank ya. I'll fucking shank ya, bruv. He was having a laugh. He was having a bit of a wank, a tiffy.
Who has returned with a letter, as is protocol, and those have just been released to the media and circulated in the last.
Have a wee nip of me minge, bruv.
Few minutes. I can read to you from the letter that Matt Hancock has sent to Boris Johnson. He says, "I'm writing to resign as Secretary of State for Health and Social Care. We have worked so hard as a country to fight the pandemic. The last thing I would want is for my private life to distract attention from the single-minded focus that is leading us out of this crisis. I want to reiterate..."
The Sun found Hancock having a fucking affair with the aide, bruv. Oi, it's called adultery. It's still illegal.
My apology for breaking the guidance and apologise to my family and loved ones for putting them through this. I also need to be with my children at this time. So
what's up with politicians who have penis names that end up doing like weird sex pest stuff? Anthony Weiner. Matt Hancock.
So, Matt Hancock saying that he does not want what has been going on in his private life with Gina Coladangelo to get in the way of
Oh, she was Italian, bruv.
what is happening with the pandemic, and after a day or two of revelations, deciding that he should step down from that important role. No indication necessarily whether there was any pressure put on him from Number 10. From this letter, it does sound like this is a decision that he seems to have reached on his own. He goes on in this letter to Boris Johnson to say, we owe it to the people who have sacrificed so much in this pandemic to be honest when we have let them down, as I have done by breaching the guidance.
So the funny thing about this is that I know there's a huge Trump rally that's going to happen tonight. I know. I don't know exactly when, but we will definitely watch it, obviously. But the funny thing, of course, is that, like, one, he's cheating on his wife, which is already a big no-no for obvious reasons. But he's not wearing a mask, and he's not social distancing in public, out and about, while, you know, his whole thing is, like, he's known as the guy who tells you to wear a mask and social distance. So that's why people are, like, extra bent over it. It's like, oi, bruv, I can't go to the fucking pub. Meanwhile, you got Matt Hancock doing a little Hancock, having a wee bit of shag in it.
The NHS is the best gift a nation has ever given itself, and the dedication and courage of the NHS staff and the ceaseless work of the officials in the department is something we should all be proud of. We didn't get every decision right, but I know people understand how hard it is to deal with the unknown, making the difficult trade-offs between freedom, prosperity, and the health that we have faced. So Matt Hancock seemingly reaching the decision that, given everything that has happened in the last day or two, and set against the context of being really one of the probably 2 or 3 main government faces and spokespeople for this pandemic, after the Prime Minister, the person who has appeared in those press conferences.
Got great technique, though. Seems like he's really into it. You know what I mean? He's like, oi, bruv, I needed to try and learn what not to do. And the only way that I could learn what not to do was by doing it myself personally. This is precisely why I cheated on my wife with another woman who had a husband of her own. Sometimes you need to violate the rules in order to ensure that no such rules are violated.
Conferences
he was testing
most frequently, and is frequently asking the public to abide by rules. We have seen him talking about not giving into temptation and not letting rules slip even for a moment. Matt Hancock has...
Show the video. Dude, this son... Remember what I told you guys about British tabloids? Like, they are demons? There you go. Wait, there's nothing... Like, there's no NSFW here, right? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh yeah. You already know, baby. Time to fancy a little bit of a wee bit of meat shanking. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. You need to stay 6 feet behind me. This is pretty funny. It's pretty good. Absolute god-awful pandemic response, and this stuff gets him to resign. Crazy in it. Are you the one playing the music? Yes. Imagine being 45, a nice looking woman approaches you and tries hitting on you. Of course, you're gonna respond. Duh. What? How the fuck did they get the access to a security camera? Was this filmed on the Sun? Honestly, they probably they probably there was probably some like Tory or conservative guy who saw the CCTV and sold it to the Sun. You know what I mean? The highlight is that the woman who made out with her brother got given a government contract for PPE from public money, and she got given a 50K salary for 15 days work. I hate living in the UK, Sag. Tax dollars go boom. He moved his office into the fucking hallway, so it's just normal CCTV footage being filmed. You know what I want to play in the background while this actually goes on? This is what I want to play. Hold on. I was playing like copyright-free porn music, but what I should have been playing instead is this. Let's get started again on it.
More Matt Hancock news is out. The Sun reported that they found his Twitch account and confirmed he's a tier 3 in Difox subcat.
Damn it, I can't find it. I can't find it. It's the new Great Britain song. You know what I'm talking about, chat? The new song that they wanted to instill like patriotism. Oban. Yeah, Oban song.
Another
oh, there it is. Thank you
for everything you do.
Okay, we're done. Sometimes you just gotta make fun of the UK a little bit because they act like, you know, they come in here and they're just like, oi, these fucking Americans, bruv. You know, they just sit around and make fun of us
This is just
over and over again, and they flex their fucking healthcare and stuff. So sometimes you gotta remind them, you know, keep them in check. Dude, the worst part about this is not the fact that, like, he's not following his own guidelines. It's not the fact that he's, you know, doing adultery. It's not the fact that he got caught in 4K. It's that this camera angle makes his hairline look so awful, dude. Like, so much worse. This is like... It's just so bad. It is so devastating, dude. So devastating. Like, what happened here, dude? Instead of uniting one Britain as one nation, you should unite your hairline, brother. I've never seen a shape like this before. Anyway. You gonna regret these roasts on another man's hairline in 5 years tops? Brother, my hairline is already receding, which is precisely why I started taking Propecia or finasteride and minoxidil. So, like, I'm already taking the necessary precautions to stop the bleeding, you know? His hairline left the EU. United Hairlines. If it looks like he fucked up his comb over and just started a strangle strand holding the line. Doesn't that stuff make your pee-pee soft? No. It could, though. The only thing social distancing in this picture is his forehead and bald spot. Oh my god.
Hassle.
Oh my lord. Okay. Propecia could cause complications and a decrease in libido. It has not for me, but that's not to say that it won't for you, which is why you should consult a medical professional. I mean, you have to anyway, but...
Finch.
Hey, at least she's a dime. Props to them. I hope they find love. I hope the kids are able to live happily ever after. Debated. Nail polish and T blockers, my man. Propecia is a prostate medication originally, and it only blocks DHT. It's like one form of testosterone that closes off your hair follicles. So we are gonna move on from this to my favorite thing, which is there is a sizable Trump rally occurring here. Mike Pillow, you take creatine as well? Just curious, since I wonder if I should. Creatine is great, but for me, my problems revolve around weight loss. And I don't want to gain water weight. Could you explain what I'm seeing on my Twitch? Hasanabi followers also watch Amaranth, Indie Fox, and Russell. I don't know. Why is that surprising?
Trump, one. Let's terrify this town. Trump, one.
Tell the chatter that creatine is also good if you're not getting enough red meat. True. You have to remember, I am Turkish. And I do have Turkish people that watch me. And Amaranth is also Turkish. So it's not that shocking or surprising that, you know, they would be watching Amaranth, another Turk. Okay, let's look at Right Side Broadcasting, dude.
Hello everyone, I'm Tara Broderick, and we have some super exciting news to share with you. I'm sure many of you did not expect us to be going.
Wait, are they live right now? Oh, they are.
I want him to say when he's coming back.
Absolutely. Hope for the future.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
I like your broadcast.
Oh, thank you. Have a great time.
That's it, boys. We're back. We're back. We're back to doing Hogwatch. Hogwatch is back, baby, in a big way, okay?
It was before the election.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'll get back to
Father
you on
or
that.
somebody. I don't know. He was good.
Father Problem. But,
Yeah.
but thank you. We love that.
Very good.
Oh, thank you so much. Enjoy your time here. Right.
Sorry for screaming. We thought you was fake news.
I drove all the way from Syracuse, New York to see President Trump.
Oh my gosh, how are things over there?
Trump rally. This is my ninth Trump rally. Yeah.
We have a terrible governor, Cuomo. He's awful. He's got to go.
He needs to be in prison for those 15,000 plus nursing homes.
Yes, and
Cuomo has to go. He's terrible.
absolutely.
This is like the highest density of unvaccinated people you can find in America, I think.
Nobody
Like,
wants to
there
work.
is not a better opportunity for a super spreader event than what we are just watching currently.
All the restaurants are short-staffed. Takes a while to get served.
Dude, I love that.
I got a job.
That's
I called the
perfect.
place and they hired me. The guy asked me, when do you want to start?
Right.
I retired a year ago.
That's
so I'm-
perfect.
I'm working now because I got bored.
Well, awesome. Thank you for contributing.
That's
We
exactly,
appreciate your
this is,
time.
oh my God, she nailed it, dude. The grievances of petite bourgeois reactionary dipshits is like, there ain't enough slaves out there to serve me my jalapeno poppers. It's Governor Cuomo's fault. That's it.
Maybe an hour or two, hour and a half.
What do you think so far? Is this your first rally?
No, it's my third.
Your third?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Cincinnati twice. Yeah.
And what are you expecting from today? What do you want the President Trump to say?
I want him to say he's coming back soon. Like
Right.
tomorrow would be wonderful.
Right,
But yeah.
exactly.
And then everything's going to be just fine.
It's just 5
Hope.
minutes.
No more
but it has
worries.
been
Yeah,
awesome.
absolutely.
Hope, bring hope.
Uh-huh.
Bring hope to people.
Yeah, I'm
yes.
sure he will. Well, great.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I love the pink girl right here. So
Pink.
you look great.
Yeah,
Well, thank you so
you.
much.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Simping for
Wow,
recent
well,
presidents.
if you didn't know, I love the color pink, and she was in Trump gear. Let's head over here. Who do we have here?
I'm Jessica from Lorraine.
Dude, they've lost so much of
Yes,
their
I am local.
spice. Like, there's 29,000 people watching this broadcast.
I've never
And
been to one.
Right Side Broadcasting, when Trump was popping off, would literally have like 100K people watching. It's crazy to me that they've
3 months
lost
forward.
so much of the wind under their sails at this point because Trump is no longer president. Like, this entire movement fell apart when the charismatic individual holding it together went away. Like, when the world needed him the most, he vanished like the Avatar, dude. It's crazy.
Thank you. Bye. All right. Well, that was her first Trump rally. It sounds like a lot of people here, this is their very, very first Trump rally. And that's a great sign because none of us are for certain on what's going to happen regarding the Republican Party and who's going to run. And there's all these people. Right side. Who do we have over here? Woo. Hey, who do we have here?
Colleen from Virginia Beach, Virginia.
All right. How long was that drive or flight for you?
The drive was about 9 miles. 9, yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Is this your first Trump rally?
Well, you might say it was my 6th.
Sixth Trump rally. Oh my God.
Wait, she held up 7. That's perfect.
That he's going to run again.
Absolutely. Well, we all want some hope, some direction for the future. All right. Well, you two have a
My
really
6th
great
Trump
time.
rally.
I appreciate it. All right. Thank you. All right. Well, we're going to keep heading down. This line is just progressing.
These people all believe in God.
moving
They are
slowly
well used to the
inside,
imagining their
and the
parasocial
line is
daddy.
massive. Alex, how many people would you say are here today if you had to give a guesstimate?
If I had to give a guesstimate, 10,000 at least, and
That's
I'm
about
probably
as well.
lowballing it, to be honest. But we've got a lot of people here today, Adrian. So many people. Like, I don't know if it's different when you're here versus when you're watching at home. But just the sea of people. I mean, this is just the people who are not in yet. I mean, there's a lot of people that are in right now.
There is so
and the
many
crowd in
different
there
kinds of
is
whites there,
massive
dude.
as
You
well.
crazy?
We've got so many people coming in.
Just kidding. They're literally all the same people from different parts of the country. It's straight up the exact same person multiplied. They might as well have cloned one of these like Trump aunties.
The 2022 midterms, and he's also stated that he will likely make a decision on whether or not to run in 2024 after the 2022 midterms take place. But we are here. It is Lorain County Fairgrounds and Wellington, Ohio, a state that President Trump had won in both 2016 and 2020 by 8 points. So it is a very Trump-loving state. A lot of these people in Ohio love President Trump, particularly in this area. The congressional district that we are in is Congressional District 16, where Anthony Gonzalez is in the fight of his life, a primary against former White House aide Max Miller, who President Trump is set to endorse tonight due to Gonzalez's impeachment of President Trump. One of the 10 Republicans to impeach President Trump. But as you can see, we've got a lot of supporters behind me, all wearing this Make America Great Again attire. So many people out here today waving.
Wait, they're saying no cues are allowed at the Trump rally? What? This is betrayal.
What are you saying? Anything with a Q on it. Like, do it loud. Tell everybody. Videotape me?
Yeah, we're going to videotape you.
Richard, citizen journalist. Supposed to be allowed in any video.
This guy just said anything with a Q on it is not allowed in, right? That's what he said.
Yes, what he said.
So if you have a Q, you're not allowed in.
They're flipping it inside out.
It's goddamn bullshit, brother. You cannot hide it.
That's how they're doing for me.
Our friend of the show, Donnie O'Sullivan, is already there, by the way, of course. The Q is not allowed inside, but at least Q is allowed outside. The fairgrounds, where you can find these incredible vehicles. Q is QAnon, for those of you who still don't know what that is. This is great. I love this. I mean, this is next level.
Just started a job at an erectile
idiocy.
dysfunction.
It's just at this point, if you're still under the belief that Trump won, or like that Trump is gonna secretly be president, then you are so far lost in the sauce that you're not. You're never gonna recover. You can't define the third position. What? This is.
Be sure to yell at us. Be sure to say hello. We'll gladly say hello. Maybe you get an interview. So we'll try to do our best to say hello to you. So be sure to look out for us up on the risers, up before the rally, because we are the only ones that like to show you what happens before, during, and after the rally. We'll show you guys the thousands of
dude. These guys are just straight weebs for fascism. They're straight. They're fascist weebs. But like not even old school fascism, but instead Trumpian fascism. They're Trump weebs. How is this any different than an anime convention? Except the difference is, in an anime convention, you're celebrating your hobby that is not as damaging, not nearly as damaging or horrible as, like, you know, Donald Trump's existence or Donald Trump's stain on political discourse.
The most. What do you think President Trump should talk about?
I just want him to be president again.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. He did us right.
Yeah.
We're in such hurting right now. We just need him back.
What do you think about the direction that the country is going? What do you think about the direction that the country is going right now?
It's not. It's terrible. It's terrible for our kids. Wrong direction. It's definitely going to hell. I'm sorry
Why?
to say that, but
come on, ask him why.
President to like Trump.
So do you think he's going to run again?
Oh, I hope so. That's why I don't have Trump 2024. I want him now. He won.
How exactly does Trump pick these small towns for his rallies? I wonder. According to the most recent ACS, the racial composition of Wellington was 94.38% white, 2 or more races at 5%, 0.06% black, 0.05% Asian, no Native Americans, no Native Hawaiian or Pacific Islanders. I wonder where it's coming from. I wonder what the reason is that they just. It's like one black person in the entire town.
The best president we've ever had. There was absolutely no fraud in this election.
Worse than I expected.
He was worse than Obama.
The bar was low, and he is exponentially worse than I expected.
Well, somebody once famously said they're thankful that Biden did nothing in 47 years.
Georgia, there was supposed to be 700 boats on Lake Lanier, 4,000. We made the news.
Yeah.
Not one Biden sign. Georgia's never been blue. This is rigged.
I wish he would have stayed in his basement.
Unfortunately, this election was the most fair that we've ever had. We will adhere to the guidelines set forth by the YouTube people. Maybe one day. But, yeah, so we've got a lot of support here.
Damn, they are so cucked. They're so incredibly cucked. God damn, they are so cucked to big corporate censorship. Ooh, brother, imagine not being even able to say the truth about how the election was stolen.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming out to the rally today. I hope you all enjoy the weather, the hot 85 degrees. Yes. Yes. Enjoy the rally. Thank you for interviewing. Yes, so we got a lot of people out here today, but many people lined up, ready to see President Trump. I like your shirt there, red, white, and blue, very patriotic. Where are you from?
Massillon, Ohio.
Massillon, Ohio, all right. So
Hell yeah, brother.
About an hour and a half.
About an hour and a half? Yeah. What are you hoping to hear President Trump talk about today?
About him coming back in August and fixing things, doing what's right, what needs to be done.
Well, a lot of
fake election, so.
Well, unfortunately, and I have to say this a lot, unfortunately, but we have to adhere to YouTube's guidelines. This was the most accurate election we've ever had. No fraud whatsoever.
Yeah, and these are all Biden fans too.
Yes. What do you think about Biden? Has he been doing a good job so far?
No, he's a joke. Yeah. He's a total joke. He's
Why?
He needs to get out of there.
Yeah.
Why? You know, I want to know, like, what they think. He's never asking them, like...
Not at all. Not one bit. Just to make America great again. America first. Right. Nobody on the Democratic side is for America. You know, I mean, how can you be against somebody that says, make America first? It's common sense, you know? My thoughts.
What do you think about a lot of the liberals that say that saying put America first, that's offensive, that's maybe racist or offends people?
Those people need to go out of this country. Need to leave. Right. They need to leave. They're not
Support
Americans.
him, brother.
You know, it's plain and simple. America first. That's all. That's all it is. America first. That's all you need to hear.
Well, thank you very much for interviewing with us. I appreciate you guys coming out. I hope you guys have a good rally.
Trump won. We all know it.
This makes me sad because, like, I really, 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 really desperately want to know what their grievances are with the current president. Because, like, you know I'm not a big Biden fan. You know I've been extremely critical of Joe Biden. But I want to know what is in their hearts. I want to understand what exact reason why they think, like, Biden is ruining this country. Go to Ohio and ask them. Well, obviously not, because I don't want to get COVID or the Delta variant COVID. You know what I mean? Like, this is the best place to get it, I think.
We're in Florida. So if you're near Sarasota, Florida on July 3rd, be sure to say hello to us. We'll be sure to try to interview you. We love getting to meet our supporters and hear what they have to say. We love that all of you guys are so dedicated and love to watch us. We've got content, a lot of content coming out right now.
I want to hear them. I want to hear them say, like, critical race theory. I want to hear them say, like, there's pandemonium.
You can find those on our website. You can find those on our app. They're on YouTube. So be sure to go subscribe or download the app. It was actually
Hogwatch Copium is keeping me sane.
You know what I mean?
Thank you, Arjan.
So be sure it is called RSBN in the App Store. You can get it on pretty much
I need them to at least give me, like, anything.
And if you have not already, we do encourage all donations.
Pepita says, how does one get so brainwashed? These are all grown-ups saying the same two sentences. Before they were saying that, like, if they asked them more than 2 questions, their brain would melt, which is why they're only asking, like, a single question and then moving on. And I agree.
It does take 30% of the donations from the live chat. So be sure, if you want all of your donation to go through, we encourage you to go to rsbnetwork.com/donate, our website, or you can donate by mail, and that is 1550 Opelika Road, spelled Opelika. So 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 34.
Trump fought the law and the law won too. Oh, man.
Your help, your contribution, and helping us get here and show you guys what is actually going on.
Come on, bro. Give me something good,
Alex,
or else I'm going to move on to Ghislaine Maxwell.
It's been blowing up nonstop since we've
I got to pee. I'll be back in 1 second.
Provided this coverage. I'm just going to give a few little shout outs to the folks who have been donating to us and who have been helping us make these events and getting us here
My biggest
possible.
problem
So we've received a note that Martha just became a club member. We received $50 from Anastasia Goldenhair, and she said, "Thank you, RSBN. No doubt that we are winning. Great to see so many awesome patriots out to see President Trump." We received $50 from Fred Guillen. He said, "God bless President Trump and RSBN. Thank you so much for that large donation." We received $200 from Jeff Baldwin, and we're gonna just thank you. These are huge donations, and they make a huge difference here. We can even see the crowd. It's progressing back into the gates. People are being led into the gates. Let's interview some of the people here. Who do we have here?
RSBN.
You love RSBN. What's your name?
Michelle Tingley.
Where are you from?
I'm from Stowe, Ohio.
How long did you take to get here?
About an hour.
About an hour? Is this your first rally?
No,
Trump
actually, no.
Trump
I saw Trump
Trump
once before he became president.
Wow. Well, how was that experience? How's it different from this now?
Well, a lot more crowded.
Oh my God,
Yes.
it's Elvis!
Yes.
What do you want to hear from President Trump today?
Probably the results from Arizona. I thought I heard they were supposed to come in today.
Oh, yeah.
Trump is coming to my town on the 3rd. I might explode. What do you mean? That's awesome.
Thank you for being here. Let's see. Oh, look here. We have Elvis
Dude,
here.
I don't know why you guys are saying this. Like, you at this point, they have no power. They have nothing. You could just look at them and laugh, dude. And that's the whole point. It's wonderful. It's like the most ethical form of hogwatch.
Tell me about your outfit here.
You know what I mean? Like,
Elvis was always a patriot, and I generally
potential hate crimes on the street. Be careful. I think these people are so bruised and battered that like they don't have it. They don't have anything left. Like, I don't even know if they could. I don't even know if they're capable of doing a hate crime at this point.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for the time. We love your outfit and the massive flag. Let's head around here. And let's show this crowd. There's just been an influx of people coming in non-stop. People have been in line for hours and hours, and you can see people have all of these chairs here because they've gotten here super early. Some people, I think, even arrived here last night, slept here last night in order to see President Trump speak. And look, people even have their children in strollers, people with blankets just to get comfy. Let's head over here and talk to some folks, and let's see what they have to say. Hi, who do we have here? Who are you?
Sure, we'll talk. Hi, Carla.
Carla, where are you from?
Polk.
Remember when Donald Trump's campaign was hemorrhaging money? Which was always, but they didn't have enough money to pay for the buses on the way back. So they literally just kept leaving Trump supporters stranded in the aftermath of his rallies in incredibly cold areas too. That was so funny. It was great. It was so great, dude. When he did like 8 rallies in a row in one day. Oof, so good. Iconic. Almost killed some elderly. Oof, so good. So funny. Do you think that Mike Pillow is priming these buffoons for his own run down the line? I think he is. I think he's plenty crazy, authentically, but also probably. I think he just wants to sell pillows. Like, so this is a good entry point. But he also, I don't know. I think he's just like out of his mind too. Like he's literally crazy.
I want to hear that from President Trump, and I imagine that's what he will be sharing with us today. And as you can see, there's so many people just growing and growing. Let's head over here. It looks like we have some RSBN supporters. Let's head over here. Hello, sir. How are you doing? What's your name?
Jerry Brickman.
And where are you from, Jerry?
Zephyr Hills, Florida.
Florida.
Hell yeah, I came to see Trump, all about that.
Absolutely. How was that journey for you? How long was that drive or flight for you?
Yeah, I'm old, so
She's so bad at her job. It is wild. You are a broadcaster. The microphone stays on you when you're speaking, and then you put the microphone directly onto them when they're speaking. And this is like probably the easiest thing to remember.
It took me 2.5 days.
2.5
Yeah,
days?
yeah.
Oh my. Is this your first rally?
It is.
Your first
Absolutely.
And you drove 2.5 days.
And
to
7
get
months.
here.
Let's
That's
go.
incredible.
Yep.
What do you want to hear from Trump today?
Oh man, I want to hear just what he's been saying the last 4 years of his regime.
They miss him.
And
He's like, I want to know what he's up to.
Man. I want him to come back, and I want him to make America great again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
Hi
great.
to some of these RSBN supporters. Let's see. Hello, sir. What's your name?
My name is Donald.
Donald. Oh, funny you mentioned that. Where are you from?
Florida.
Florida. And how long was the driver flight for you to get here?
How long what?
How long did it take for you to get here to Ohio?
Approximately 17 hours.
17 hours. Oh my gosh, these people journeyed so far to get here. Is this your first?
Doesn't she realize that makes them look horrible? Like, it just makes them look kind of sad, kind of pathetic. Certainly not cool or sweet. Like, this is very depressing that a 68-year-old man is just driving for 18 hours to hear Donald Trump, maybe, for like a 3-hour rally max.
And now he's out of business.
Wow. Yes, we saw that. You guys were extremely successful.
I'm so proud of myself and my
You
people.
should be.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah,
Well, what do you think so far of the environment and how it seems
It's
like
awesome.
you've been in line?
It's awesome. It is as expected. Biden wishes he would have a performance like this and a crowd like this. 15 people would be good for a Biden.
Right,
There's about
exactly.
20,000 people here.
Yeah, 15 people in little circles far apart from each other. What do you want to hear from President Trump today?
I just want to hear that he continues to do exactly that which he is doing right now. He's doing it segment by segment, and it's working. Just take your time, Donald, Mr. President, and we'll get it done.
All right.
That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Donald, for your advice and what your thoughts are on this event.
Thank you.
We appreciate the long journey that you've done and all the work you've done in California. It's very admirable. Thank you so much. All right. Donald, you're giving us advice for Donald. That's great. Let's see. I think there was another president.
Where's the energy, dude? Where's the energy?
Hi, what's your name? Miranda Vogel. Hi, Miranda. Where are you from?
Vermilion, Ohio.
Vermilion, Ohio. So how far was the journey for you to get here?
It's usually 30 minutes, but it was a little longer because of the lines.
They're babies,
And what do you
dude.
think so far? Is this your first rally?
No, I went to the one at the IX Center in
They're
2016.
babies.
Okay. And how
That's
was
a
that for
baby
you?
wearing a God's gun. Wait, they're both babies. They're
old.
wearing
Oh my gosh.
God
And what
guns and
inspires you to
country
come out to this
shirts.
at such a young age?
My generation, they're a mess. We need more people who know what they're doing.
Absolutely. Is there anything that you want President Trump to say today? Anything that you expect? Anything that you're hopeful for?
He'll be back sooner than later.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much. It's very admirable that you're here. You're so young. We'd love to see it. Thank you for your support.
It says God guns
Oh,
and
look, and
Trump.
as you can see, the crowd is just getting bigger.
That's literally a
and bigger.
baby.
And let's see here. There are approximately 35,000 people on YouTube, which is fantastic. And people are shouting for RSBN. Hi, everyone. Let's see who's over here.
The strength of MAGA is found in its diversity.
People keep
Yep.
doing different chants for RSBN. We love the support. We love being out here.
I think I'm gonna move on from this. This is like too sad.
And it's so inspiring. Let's interview some people over here. Who do we have here today?
Hi, my name's Mimi. I'm from Elyria.
Mimi from Elyria.
Hello.
How was the journey for you here?
Oh, I'm only a half hour away.
Oh, only half hour. When did you
the
get
back
here?
roads.
The back roads. Perfect. Is this your first rally?
No, this is my fourth one, but first one at an outside venue, so it's
Well,
kind
what
of
do you
hot.
think so far? It's a little hot.
I want to get in. Why is this line taking so long?
Good question. It's a massive crowd.
I know.
Massive crowd. Good. Yeah.
Well, if we weren't going to go.
So sad. There's so many aunts and moms and grandparents there, just like burning up in the sun, waiting for Donald Trump, the glorious hog of all time, the best hog, the hog father, to come on. Will you be covering the rally live though? Maybe. They just don't have any they don't have energy. They don't have momentum. It's like not as fun anymore. Instead, I feel like it's time to move on to Ghislaine Maxwell. Jeffrey Epstein's madam, best friend, ex-girlfriend, Prince Andrew's handler, and point of contact with Jeffrey Epstein. As you all know, Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison right now. And apparently there was a 2020 on her. So let's take a look at what is going on with Ghislaine Maxwell.
My name is Davis Jones. I'm a social photographer, photographing parties all over the world. And that's how I came to photograph Ghislaine Maxwell.
I remember seeing her and thinking to myself, like, who is that glamorous woman?
It's almost like there's two different Ghislaines. According to the victims, the real Ghislaine is this manipulative woman who has no
like Fethullah Gülen.
feelings.
This is the first picture I took of her at Oxford. I didn't know who she was, and someone identified, wrote her name on the back of the contact sheet. So she would have been starting at Oxford University around then. If I was asked to describe her then, I would say innocent, beautiful.
You fucker, dude. I thought her name was actually pronounced Ghislaine. Wait, this entire time you guys thought her name was pronounced Ghislaine? Oh, man.
Pogu.
I love that. That makes me so happy. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, man. That's great.
Privileged. In Oxford, she wasn't part of the cool crowd. They were the sort of rich crowd.
I don't really see her as a rule breaker necessarily. Like, I see her as somebody who's very much trying.
When have I ever pronounced the name correctly? When have I ever pronounced the name correctly? You always make fun of me and say that I'm pronouncing names incorrectly. So why would you expect this to be normal and correct?
To fit the mold of like the life she thought she was going to have when she was a child.
In family photos that they've never shared before, you can see a pretty idyllic life, including an expensive education, and all because of a difficult, brilliant billionaire, her dad, Robert Maxwell.
Brilliant billionaire, and also, you know, an agent.
Well, Robert Maxwell was one of the most
prominent member of the intelligence community.
Powerful people in British public life in the 70s and 80s. He was a media tycoon. He owned a publishing house. He owned tabloids, various different companies.
We've got to get the Mirror newspapers on top, all the way.
He made national news almost every day because of his extravagances and his pronounced.
Wait, are they actually just going to glance over? There's no shot that they're... Are they not going to talk about Robert Maxwell's like ties to Mossad and early career as like a top-level intelligence community member? Oh my God, who wrote this? Like ABC News, what are you guys doing?
Thanks for stream.
Is this actually going to be like pro Ghislaine or something? This is blowing my mind. Leaked 60 Minutes, Ghislaine Maxwell documents, and more join now live. Oh, from back in October 22nd, 2020.
Incredibly powerful and charismatic. Hugely egotistical.
That's anti-Semitic? What's anti-Semitic?
Would eat caviar.
Next question. No, you cannot.
And people were physically afraid of him.
Being with him and around him was always quite tense because, you know, he was demanding and difficult. And so one tended to be not too close if one could avoid it.
The governing theory is that her father was a despotic man who was very like mercurial and moody, and her entire life was just about trying to get his acceptance.
Robert Maxwell was born into a Hasidic family in Czechoslovakia. His name was Jan Ludwig Hack, and he fought in battles across Europe.
He was one of 9 children himself. They were so poor that they had to share shoes. They all slept in the same rooms.
And a good portion of his family was murdered in the Holocaust.
By the time he was 23, he'd changed his name 4 times. He fixed on Robert Maxwell because it sounded faintly Scottish, which he quite liked.
5 minutes to midnight, before the offer went out, to withdraw.
You know how Americans love that British accent? He had a really nice upper crust British accent, which is funny because he's from Czechoslovakia.
There's no problem about
He picks up from a very, very well-educated British Army officer during the war the accent he ends up with. And so he sounds incredibly posh.
Robert Maxwell lived in a 50-room mansion, Headington Hall.
A BBC documentary called Robert Maxwell Downfall showed what it was like inside the mansion.
All kinds of rich and powerful and famous people were in the house.
And little Ghislaine was right there for parties.
They had a private jet, they had helicopters, and they're kind of royalty without the letters in front of their name.
That's wild that they just like briefly go over his time in service during World War II and they just move away from that completely. Like saying that Robert Maxwell was collaborating with Mossad isn't necessarily a conspiracy theory or not known. I mean, he was a part of the original. I'm failing to bring up the name of the service. Like his even the way he was killed is also under suspicious circumstances. Like how are OSS? Thank you, Jesus Christ! I was trying to figure it out. He was a part of the OSS. So it's not like it was a secret. So strange that they don't mention this at all. This is the worst.
Ghislaine was...
The OSS, for those of you who don't know, is basically like the precursor to the CIA. It was the CIA before the CIA. He wasn't American? Oh, you wonderful, my sweet summer child. Thinking that the CIA exclusively works with American citizens. That's very cute. Yeah, the CIA only operates with American members. They're just called assets.
The baby sister, the 9th child, born on Christmas Day in 1961.
And pretty much the same week that Ghislaine was born, the oldest son, Michael, was very badly injured in a car crash and indeed was in a coma for the next 7 years.
The whole family were completely shattered because he was in many ways, he was the leader of the tribe, he was the apple of my parents' eyes, and so on. And Ghislaine was, to an extent, really ignored.
So much so that aged about 4, she walks into her mother's room one day and stamps her foot and says, you know, "Mummy, I exist."
Ghislaine's mother wrote in her book that Ghislaine actually suffered from anorexia when she was just 3 or 4 years old. I mean, that is pretty shocking.
Ghislaine's my young...
Are they setting this up as though I almost said their name correctly. Ghislaine Maxwell is like the true victim here? Also, how can you be anorexic at the age of 3? That just means your parents starved you. Like, you don't have any sort of autonomy at the age of 3. for what is happening right now with this entire thing is wild. Don't talk about her father's ties to the intelligence community and work, like documented work within the intelligence communities. Then start talking about how she was, neglected as a child.
Youngest sister. Her nickname is Sprat. S-P-R-A-T, Sprat. It's the smallest little fish in the ocean. It was a name given to her by our father. And so I always start my letters, Darling Sprat. We're a very, very close family. We have a very strong father. If you've got an alpha male father in your life, you tend